Hey guys, and welcome to another video. This video we're doing a DIY Jason Voorhees mask. So here we're going to the store. Well, I sent my husband to the store to get the mask. At Walmart, it's only 98 cents. They have two kinds, a clear mask and a white mask. We're going to want the white one. The items that we are going to need for this DIY is your white hockey mask, a reference. In this case, I'm using the Jason Voorhees action figure. You can also use a photo, but I'm using his mask as my reference. Oh my gosh, the cat! Where is the cat? Oh my gosh. We're going to need spray paint and acrylic paint. The spray paint color you're going to want to get is the gloss almond color. And then we're going to need acrylic paint colors black, red, and brown. I also like to use the light brown. And we're going to need sandpaper. I did like to get this 3M bigger one. Reason being, it was cheaper. And then there goes the light brown paint. And the brushes. Our mask. And some painter's tape. Which is not a must-have. And I'll explain that later. And a drill. Alright, we need the drill because we're going to drill more holes. So this is just like a hockey mask. So if someone's trying to be a hockey player, we're trying to make a hockey mask from Jason Voorhees. Or Friday the 13th. So he obviously has more holes in his mask. And we're going to need to make those. So the first thing that we're going to do is sand the mask. You want it to look scratchy, old, worn out. Also, it helps with the paint and sticking. Alright, so here we go. We're going to sand the mask. Make sure you sand it really good. Get those edges. Get under the eyes. Between the nose. Under the nose. Because I forgot those parts the first time I did this. And the paint did not stick very well. And I couldn't get it to smear the way that I wanted to. The sandpaper is going to make it look really old and scratched up. If you don't have sandpaper or can't find any or can't get any, another idea that I had is just getting the mask and dragging it on the concrete or the sidewalk. That might help, but you don't want to scratch it up too much. But as you can see, the scratches are starting to pull through on the mask. It's going to feel kind of rough, and you want it to feel rough. We're going to go with the first coat paint, then sandpaper, and then paint, and then I think that's it. But like I said, it's going to be sandpaper, spray paint, sandpaper, and then spray paint again. Alright? But I believe we're going to drill the holes first. I feel like it's a lot easier to do the holes first before the painting process and all that good stuff. So we're going to mark our holes from our reference. And then where the holes go. There we go. Making sure that cat doesn't pop up. Alright, all our holes are marked. And ready to drill. So as you can see, we were missing a lot of holes. The way that I picked the size, I got the drill bit that fit the original holes, and then that's the drill bit that I use to make the new holes. And then I also enlarged the holes in the nose, because those little baby holes, I don't know who can breathe through that. You probably want to sand the excess plastic from the holes. Just to kind of smooth them out a little bit. See, it's already looking better. We're going to go with our first coat of paint. First coat, paint, then sandpaper to make scratches. Then our second coat of paint. It was 25% more. And then we'll let it dry and then finish that process. So here we are going with our first coat of paint. And just so you know, you don't have to be perfect with this part, because you're going to sandpaper the plastic and the paint and then paint again. But you're wanting it to look all rough and just worn out. If you want, you can even cut a little crack on the top corners if you like, but you don't have to. So we went through our first coat. You can see the marks that are coming through the paint, and the scratches where it just looks beat up. And that's what we're wanting. We're wanting it to look beat up and old. So we're going to use the painter's tape to outline the red parts of the mask. You can either freehand it or outline it yourself. I mean, it's all up to you. I mean, it just depends too. Like here, I just feel like it's easier to just paint on the red paint. But you can freehand it. You will need a steady hand. Getting our red acrylic paint. And we're just going to paint it on. Here we go. Just see, this is a lot easier. And just brushing it on. Don't even have to color in the lines. And if you don't have acrylic paint, sometimes I use my kids' paints as well. So that way you can just try to use what you have at home. I would go over the coat twice just to brighten that red color. Now the red, you do paint after your second coat of spray paint. So here we've already gone through the second coat. So that's how come we're doing the red. And then even if you'd like, if you outline it with the painter's tape like this, and you want it perfect, you are more than welcome to freehand that straight line, clean line. Paint won't come off, the tape won't come off. See how nice that looks? Woo-wee! You are more than welcome to leave it like this. That's a nice clean mask. But we want it to look old and dirty. Beat up. Here we go. Here's our paints. We have a brown paint, a light brown paint, and like a reddish brown. Honestly, I don't like the reddish brown too much. But you're going to use an old cloth and just dab it. Just kind of bring it down to the side. I like to get very little and then kind of go from there. Because you can always add, but you can't take away. As you can see, we've already got these colors mixed up. And you're more than welcome to use this how you like. We're going to fill in the black for the holes, so we're able to brighten the mask. And plus, again, you want that old rough look. But funny enough, the black cleans it up and makes it look nice. I tried using a Q-tip the first time, but it just started falling apart and getting stuck in the mask. So I do recommend a brush if you have one. If all else fails, use your finger. And then bring it out a little bit so it can show that dimension of the holes. So we're going to do this to every single one of the holes. Here we go. Even under the nose and around the eyes. Again, you can add as much brown paint and light paint as well. You can do black around the mask. It's a lot of a difference compared to that white mask we bought at Walmart. You can see the scratches.